Okay, hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm so dang excited for this Zoom. I reached out to Kasey and I was like, please be on a team Zoom. My team really wants to hear from you. So here she is. The queen has answered. She is here. And I'm so dang excited for you guys to hear from her. She is a powerhouse. She is like a no nonsense, no excuses kind of person. And I love it. I don't know if she knows it, but I've watched YouTube videos and I just feel her like slap me in the face through the screen. And I love that. I'm a very strong redhead. Like, that is what I need. I'm like, yes, tell me that I suck today and then I'll do better tomorrow. And that's what I need. So, Kasey, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead and share your story. And then if you let me know if you want me to like ask you the questions and kind of go back and forth, or if you just want to like go through it yourself.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that introduction was hilarious. Slap you in the face. I'm glad you could feel that. That's what I was going for in a lot of them.
Hey, I felt it hard. I swear there was a little red handprint.
That's funny. Well, hello, ladies. And Austin, I see you. I got like one or two dudes on my team, so I'm never like, hi, ladies. I got to be like, hello, ladies, and Daniel, and, I say their names correctly. So my name's Kasey Brookover. I am a triple diamond, and I just found out yesterday-ish. Was that yesterday? I don't know. It was like within the last couple of days. They all just kind of blend together. I'm also the number 90 top income earner. I've been with It Works for 3.5 years now. And when I very first got started, I was an elementary school teacher. I was that girl that was like, I'm never going to be that person. I will never do that thing. Network marketing. I live in a small area. I live in West Virginia, and I live in a small town. And network marketing is not something, you're good, girl. Network marketing is not something that's like openly accepted where I live. I don't know if you guys know Kasey. Kasey is my enroller. She's a presidential, and we live like, excuse me, 10 minutes apart probably. And she and I have had to deal with a lot of hate and a lot of negativity because of where we live, but here we are still killing it. So 3.5 years ago, I was an elementary school teacher, and one day I had one child at the time. I had a little boy. He was 18 months old, and I had landed like my second closest dream job. So it wasn't my dream job, but it was like second best. And my principal called me in the office one day of that dream job and said, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to tell you this. You haven't done anything wrong, but you're going to lose your job, and we don't have another one lined up for you. What had happened was, it's kind of funny. There was another teacher in the building that her job was being cut. She was the health teacher, and they were cutting funding for health teachers in my county. And excuse me, she had the choice between losing her job or taking the job of the lowest man on the totem pole, I guess you could say, which was me. So, most people would it would probably be a hard choice, but most people would probably choose to not lose their job. But the funny part was, this specific person interviewed for my job when I got it, already working in my school, and I got the job over her. So she already had a chip on her shoulder for me, like not liking me. So then, of course, when the opportunity presents itself, hey, you want to take this person's job that you hate in the first place, even though I didn't even do anything, or do you want to lose your job? Of course she's going to take mine. So she took my job, and that was a really, really, really scary time. We were already living in a lot of debt. We had, between my husband and I, between the two of us, we had 3 different student loans that had been taken out. And from when we were in college, and what the student loans didn't cover when we were in college, the credit cards covered. So we had a lot of credit card debt too. Plus we had a mortgage, we had 2 car payments, living the American dream. You go to school, rack up a lot of debt to get a job so that when you get the job, you can pay off all the debt and then you die, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I mean, that's at least what I thought that I was supposed to do. So I did the thing. I went to school. I got the career. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. So when it all came crashing down and my whole life was revolving around 2 salaries, it was a terrifying time. I have been watching Kasey from afar like this for at least a year, because I was that girl going, she is not making that much money. She is not doing that thing. Her products do not work. I was that person. So if you got that person on your timeline, just love them through it. Doesn't mean you have to accept them, but you never know when they're going to be your biggest runner. Hey, 3 years later and I'm the number 90 income earner. I don't think Kasey hates it. So anyway, I reached out to her. I didn't know her personally. I knew of her because we live in the same small area, and I knew that she was that one girl in my area that had made it work, because network marketing, but specifically It Works, had taken a huge wave through my area the year before I started. Kasey was the only one that had stuck it out and made something work. Everybody else that kind of dropped off the face of the earth because they had a poor mentality, they were like, they had a negative opinion about it because they didn't work it. You know what I mean? So they allowed everybody else in the area they influenced everybody else. So that me being one. I reached out to Kasey. I was like, listen, I'm found out I'm losing my job, and I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is for me. I don't know anything about the products. I don't know anything about the company. I had never even done network marketing before. Shoot, I was the one making posts saying I will never be that girl. And here I am reaching out to you. So just, give me your spiel, whatever you got to do. Tell me the information that I want to know, and I'll think about it. So Kasey had never approached me because she was intimidated by me, because I am very red. And I'm going to talk about that here in a minute too. I am very red, and I had been I shouldn't say very, but I had been openly against network marketing before that. I remember making a post after I had my baby saying, I lost all my baby weight and I didn't have to take anything. I didn't have to wrap anything, blah, blah, blah. That was a direct, hey, it works, people, you suck. That was what I was doing. And I'm sorry to all those people now. So she gave me the information that I asked. She answered all my questions. It was cool. She told me everything I wanted to know. And then for 2 weeks, every time she would follow up with me, I'd be like, man, I don't think I'm going to do this. Not my thing. I'm still thinking on it, but don't hold your breath. And then at the end of 2 weeks, God just smacked me over the head. And he was like, hey, remember that one time you prayed for an opportunity and here I am giving it to you. And you're like, oh no, I'm too good for this. It's not for me. So I got my life right. And I realized that my biggest fear was joining and not making any money. That was my big fear. But here's the dumb part. By not joining, I was guaranteeing that I wasn't going to make any money. So I was like, well, Kasey, that's really freaking dumb. So I was like, all right, Kasey, I'll do my best. I will stick it out and see how this works out. We'll see where we go from here. So I jumped in, and I was excited. It was a new and exciting thing. Once I got over the stupid fears that were holding me back, that I was allowing to fill my mind. Once I got over that, I was like, all right, we'll make the best of this thing. From the start, I was successful. If you're new or new-ish, or if you're building to Ruby, listen to what I have to say right now. I have been successful since day one. And I'm not going to say there hasn't been moments that I haven't done dumb crap and I've been not successful, but I was successful from day one because I listened to my leaders. I did the things that they told me to do, and I worked hard every day, even when I didn't feel like it. Kasey was in a position that I wanted to be in. Kasey was making a stupid amount of money. So why would I not do the things that Kasey was telling me to do every day and as often as she was telling me to do it? Why would I not? Because I knew that she didn't get there by not doing them. And if she was telling me to do these things, then I was going to do the freaking things. So I'm going to tell you this real quick. My very first paycheck with It Works was $19. $19, okay? Hold on to that for a solid minute. My second month in, I went Ruby. I got this burr up my ass. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I'm gonna enroll one LC every day for the month. And at the beginning, it was okay, well, that's not gonna freaking happen because I'm new and I don't know what the crap I'm doing. But then I started doing it, and I was like, yeah, I think I can do this. Let's go for it. So the month that I went Ruby, I enrolled 30 LCs, and this was before Host to Post, so Wasn't as easy back then. I rolled 30 LCs and I got myself to Ruby and I got a $500 bonus and I thought that I was rich. I mean, I thought I was like, you know, I was the shit. I had made it. And not that I wasn't, but at that point I was just like, look what I did, you know? Look what I can do and look where this got me. Side note, I was still working 40 hours a week. Found out I was losing my job, but I had to finish the rest of the school year. So I joined in April and I had to work through June. So I went diamond while still working, or well, Ruby, but I did end up going diamond while still working 40 hours a week. So my 6 month in, I went diamond. 2 years in, I went double. Is that right? I think so. 2.5-ish years in, I went triple. And this past year, I took my husband's account to triple as well. So I now have 2 triple accounts and a diamond account because my dad is under my husband and he has a diamond account. I got him a $10,000 bonus. And it's just been really crazy. Even though, and this is going to sound really stupid, I don't mean only, but even though I'm only a triple diamond, I'm in the top 100 paid people in the whole company. So rank does not define you, sister. Chase the bank and not the rank. I got in the top 150 as a double diamond because I learned the compensation plan and how I could make the most money no matter what my rank said in E-Suite. I was going for the money, and that's why I'm here. I'm here for the money. I'm here for the financial freedom. I'm not here to have some special title slapped beside my name, because in the real world, the title's not going to pay my bills. The title and the rank, the wording beside my name in E-Suite isn't what's going to create a savings account for my children's tuition when they go to college. So my children, I now have my little boy is now 5 years old. He just turned 5. And my little girl, I ended up having, and it's crazy. I ended up going back to work. After I went diamond, I went back to work because I wasn't making enough to make up for my salary yet. But so I went back in August as a diamond, right? I think so. And by November, I was having complications with my pregnancy. I was not only 19 weeks pregnant, and my doctor said, listen, you can't go back to work tomorrow. This is happening because you're on your feet so much. So not only has It Work's been here to save my ass one time when I lost my job, but a second time when I had to be taken off of work to keep myself and my unborn baby healthy. But 400 other times since then. But at the end of that school year, I didn't have to go back to work. There's a hair somewhere. Okay. I didn't have to go back to work after having my second baby. I was double diamond by that point. And I turned in my resignation papers and said, thank you so much, but something is happening with the Packers right now because Emma's losing her shit. I don't know what it is, but the girl just ran out of the room.
I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but something just happened because she jumped up and ran over.
Her dog's like, what's happening? But anyway, I turned in my resignation papers, and at 29, I retired full-time, and I've stayed home with my kids every day since then. My daughter has never known a whole day in her life that I have had to go into work to leave her. My son, for the first, 2 years of his life, I had to take him to a babysitter every day. And I loved my job, but there was a point in time that it just hurt. It hurt to have to leave him with someone else all day, every day. And the one day that I went to pick him up, and his babysitter was like, he took his first steps. And I was like, F my life, I miss them. So that was when I was like, this isn't what my life is made for. And It Works has completely changed my life because I've allowed it to, because I've worked hard and done what I knew that I needed to do. And remember when I said that my first paycheck was $19? My highest paycheck, my highest month, I should say, because my husband and I are both triple. My highest month has been $27,000. And, if you can do that in 3 years, are you going to stick around? Are you going to work hard? You bet your ass you are, or at least you should. So, and again, I'm a triple diamond. That's like ambassador pay. Chase the bank, not the rank. But usually when you chase the bank, the rank comes along with it and follows.
Y'all, okay, seriously, I love that. How many of you have had a paycheck where you're like, oh, it's only that much? I know I have my first check, I think was like $40. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I have heard so many times, and I don't know who told me it, but it was right after that check, but they said, for the first little bit, you're going to do a crap ton of work with not that much money. But then when you keep doing that crap ton of work, your paycheck is just going to grow exponentially. And that is how I went from a $50 paycheck 1 month to 8 months later an almost $6,000 paycheck. And that would have probably been way higher than that had I worked even harder. Okay, you guys, this business is not hard. This business is not super, super complicated. It's the, like, business, all that it is consistency. Mm-hmm. It's doing the same thing every single day, whether someone tells you to F off or someone purchases a product.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have days where people are like, yes, 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 yes. And then the next day you can do the exact same thing and everyone's like, nah, dude, nope, not interested. You didn't do anything wrong that day. It's just the name of the game, but you just have to keep doing it every single day, day in, day out. I love it. Love that. How many of you would work your butt off if you knew 3 years from now you'd have a $27,000 a month paycheck? And if somebody on here says no, you're lying. Because I know so many of you, because I've been there myself too, where I'm like, gosh, like, what do I need to do to get that money? Have you ever, I want you guys to be honest, put a 1 in the chat if you're like, what do I have to do to make more than $1,000 a month? Have you ever felt that? Okay, that was me. I was like, man, what the heck do I need to do? Like, these people are making 30. Can I just make 2? Okay, can I just make 10? You guys, it's not anything like, there's no specific thing you have to do. It's just doing it consistently over time. So here, Kasey is telling you, do the dang things every single day. And 3 years from now, that can be your paycheck too if you don't give up on it. That's all it is. Kasey's great, but there's nothing that she's done that it's like this secret sauce that she's like, no, I can't tell you what this is. No, she just does this thing that everyone else does, but she's super consistent with it. That's all it is. Okay. You got me all fired up. You're already slapping me through the face. It's great. Okay, so when you sign a new distributor, what do you initially have them do? What are you saying? This is what you should be doing every day. Here's how I'm training you. All of this stuff.
The million dollar question, right?
Right.
I actually put in the VIP, the triple and above page the other day, something about asking how everybody was training their newbies and who thought that they had a really amazing system. And I got like 1 comment, and Amber Parker was like, the $1 million question. Nobody knows what they're doing. So what I personally do right now, and I'm not going to lie, I've done a million different things. What I'm doing right now that seems to be working very well is on my team page, I have just a couple different videos. I have my team page set up to where we have units. I don't know if you guys have units or not. Mm-hmm. So I have units, and unit 1 is just completely new distributor training. And it's just, how many steps is it? It's only 4 steps. So something that I've learned and that I have used with my background and experience is that when you want to teach someone something that doesn't know anything about what you're teaching them, you have to keep it very simple. So keep it really, really simple. My first step is just talking about how they need to log in and verify their tax information and blobbity bloop and all that stuff. Step number 2 is about posting. And then I have it set up to where I have a 14 days of posting document. I thought, if I can give them exactly what to post for their first 2 weeks, that's going to help them kind of get their feet wet. So I found my favorite 13 product posts, because their first post I have them put up is just announcing, I have them do a teaser post, and then that same day they announce their business. The teaser post where you put it up and you're like, oh my gosh, I got great news. And everybody's like, oh my God, are you pregnant? Because that's what freaking everybody thinks. So that's what they do their first day. And then every day after that for the rest of those 2 weeks, I literally have a document that says, post this. And then because I'm a secondary green, I'm a dork, under each post, it has an extra link within that document that says reply. So let's say day 1 post is about Thermophyte X. I don't know off the top of my head what it is. post this post about Thermifite X. Literally, once you go post this. And when people comment, click this link where it says reply, and it's going to take you to another document and give you a script exactly what to say to them. So not only is it like, here's what you post, but it's like, here's what you also need to say. And, you know, they know that they can always be in my inbox and always asking questions. And I'm not just like, here's the thing, go do this. It's not like, you know, here's the scripts and stuff. You don't need me for anything else, but it does kind of give them a guide. Some people are very independent. They don't want to have to be in my inbox. What do I say next? What do I say next? So I do that. I give them a list of VIP leaders to follow for other post ideas once that document like runs out. And that's what I say in that video about posting. Use this document for your first 14 days. After that, you can get ideas from our team page where you can follow other leaders and you can borrow their posts. I tell them their first goal, which is to get 5 loyal customers in your first 30 days. I don't say 4. I like to say 5 because of, you know, maybe sometimes people aren't going to run that auto shipment at first. I'll be honest. I think auto shipment is law, but I have that understanding side. I couldn't afford an auto shipment when I very first got started. People are going to delete their auto shipment. So when I say 5, that, you know, those people are going to have to get to 150 BV to get that shopping spree with at least 4 customers. So I know that the 5 is going to be more likely that they're at that 150 rather than 4. So I don't even tell them 4. Sometimes people read it in their e-suite and they're like, wait, you said 5, but it's 4. And I'm like, yeah, so about that.
Yeah, well, just listen to me, okay?
Just looking out for you. Just do 5 and it's not a big deal. And then step 3 is information about messaging and talking to potentials. And step 4 is all about host to post, because I personally think host to post is where it's at. And I teach them how to host a post from day 1. And then I give them a document of what new distributors can say for host to post. It's not exactly the same thing that I typically say. I usually do the, hey, can I ask you a question? Put up a post for me, blah, blah, blah. But this one is more like, hey, I got a question. Do you have a second? I just started this new business and I'm trying to get some referrals. Would you mind? So it's a little bit different wording, but it's the same concept. And the last thing just says, one last thing. This is literally the last, it's not a step, but it's like an extra thing on there. One last thing. Most importantly, have fun and ask questions when you need help. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much info. It is very much a learn as you go process, and you are always welcome to move at your own pace. But I want them to know that it's important to have fun. If you feel like it's horrible, like reach out, do something. I want them to know that. So when I get them started, that's just what I do. I tell them where to go, and then I check in with them every single day. And sometimes it's just, hey, how are you doing today? Because I don't want them to think that I'm just like, hey, you done? Did you do those videos? Have you watched them all? I want them to know that I care about them as a person too. I don't want them to think that I'm just here to chit chat about how their day goes, but at the same time, you do have to have a little bit of both of that. You do. And yeah, I just get them started like that. And then they know that their first goal is their shopping spree. So let's say that once they get their shopping spree, I tell them that their next goal is 400 BV. Once they get to 400 BV, I'm like, great, it's time to start building a team. Who is one person that you think that you would love to see do this with you, that, that we could reach out to? It's just baby steps. It's all baby steps.
So for the 14 days of posting, is it 1 post a day and everyone is product posts?
Right.
Okay. Love that.
One business post a day. I tell them you should still be posting about your regular life. Don't jump in and forget to post about everything you posted about before. Yeah. I tell them the share button's not your best friend. It jacks with your algorithm, but don't forget to post about spending time with your family. Don't forget to post about going and seeing a good movie or asking for people's opinions and, stuff like that. Don't forget those things, but I have them do 1 product post a day. Yeah.
Love that. Okay. So I know you were like in my head, I don't know about everyone else on the Zoom, but in my head, you're like the host to post queen. Like you're like on a pedestal in my head. You have a beautiful throne, I promise. So tell us like,
as long as it's not porcelain.
it's diamonds, okay? Just all black diamonds. Cool, there you go. That's cool. What it is for you. So tell us like how you do host to post, what host to post has done for you, how you stay organized, kind of your systems with all of that.
So my host-to-post system is kind of a beast. I'm going to log in on my iPad. I'm going to be really extra. I'm going to over-green you. You're welcome.
I like it.
I'm going to literally show you what it is.
That's great.
Let me log in real quick.
I'm literally like, I took the color personality test and it was like 49% red and then like 47% blue and 3% green and no yellow. I was like, I have nothing of anything else.
My yellow is like small, it's minimal, and my blue was like a negative number, I think. My husband, I tell everybody my husband is so blue that he just sucked every little bit of blueness out of me. He's like the people person, the life of the party. I'm like, I'm just here to get shit done. Can we move on? So
yeah, it's funny. I'm super red and super blue, and my fiance is super green and super yellow. And
that's crazy.
We're like complete opposites. I'm like, so together we're a perfect rainbow. And he's like, you're seriously so dumb. Like, what is these things?
He's like, get out of here with your color talk.
Okay. We talk about the color personalities all the time. He's like, literally, you're obsessed with your color. Like, I'll start saying something. He's like, let me guess, it's because you are red. And I'm like, all right, babe, that's enough of you.
Tone it down. Tone it down.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to talk while I bring this up because I don't want to waste any time. But cool. That's not what I wanted to freaking do, talk about wasting time. I have this system for host to post that when I do host to post previously, they get me new host to post too. And it's not me having people put up like posts about my giveaway or whatever, you know, which a lot of people do. But I have this whole like mapped out crazy ass system that I do. Let me look.
948.
Oh, you're the best.
948-692-7481.
Okay. I'm going to have to, there we go. Don't connect my audio. Do you ever get on a Zoom on two different devices and it's
gosh, and
it's like screaming at you, you know, it's like old dial-up internet. Okay. So let me, all right.
There we go. Yep, we can see it.
let me to green your face off. Okay.
This app that she's using is called Good Notes. It's literally the greatest thing ever. If you have an iPad and Apple Pencil, it's my favorite thing in the entire world.
Okay, so I always stick to product host to post. Well, not always. I do a lot of product host to post. Sometimes I do opportunity host to post, you know, for the business, but I'm not crazy about it because I found a whole lot of like riffraff. People are thinking like, I'm gonna just sit on my ass all day and make money, and I'm just like, oh, why did I do this to myself? So when I do the business host to post, I am very selective about who I pick. I hate to say that, but I'm a little bit judgy about the type of characters that I will allow to put up a business host to post for me. But for the most part, I do product host to post. I do all Thermophyte X host to posts because I am a scatterbrain. And if I'm doing a coffee today and a Thermophyte X tomorrow and a carb control the next day, I'm going to jack something up along the way. So if I just stick to Thermophyte X, I don't have to worry about which one did this person comment on. They all commented on the same thing, maybe not the same post. Yeah, so that's what I do. Okay, so month one, someone comments on a host to post. So they either order or they don't, right? I mean, that's really what it ends up being. It doesn't matter if they order or not for my system to work like it does. Month two, I ask them to host a post. So at the beginning of every month when I start my host a post all freaking over again, the first place that I go is to the comments from my previous month's host to post. So right now, the people that are doing host to post for me this month are the ones that commented on host to post for me in December. And there's a couple different reasons I do that. One is because of the system that I have done. And number two is because I know that they're the most recent people on my friends list, so I know that I have not asked them to host a post before. They just became my friends. They were just added to my network last month. You know how when you're like trying to find people to host a post and you're going through like your friends list or the active people online, you're like, damn, I've already asked this girl like 100 times. I can't be asking her again. Or, you know, you get the same people that always want to host a post for you and you're like, yeah, but that's not really beneficial. This way, you know that you're asking people that's never done it for you before. So month 1, they leave a comment on a host post. They either order or they don't, whatever. Month 2, I ask them to host a post. But here's the cool thing. I always, every single month, my team and I don't know if you guys do this, we put together a pot and we do a giveaway for money. It's never the same. But every single month we do that. And on the first of the following month, I do an online giveaway event for the money. But what the people don't know that are on there like, oh my God, did I win? Watching, you know, they need the money. Obviously, they wouldn't have probably offered to do it if they didn't need the money, typically. So they're on there like, I need this money. While I'm on that event, it's just me. It's me. I go live in there, and it's as simple as that. I do it for my entire team. While I'm doing the live giveaway, before I draw the name or names, I will always drop the business. And whoops, that's probably my fault. Oh well. I will always drop the business. And what I usually say is every single month that we do this, we always have a ton of people like, why are you giving money away? And I just always kind of want to address this question because it comes up so often. And so we all work together. Actually, we all make money on social media. It's kind of cool. And I just kind of like slip the business in. And I give a very, very short version of my story. So whether they realize it or not, you know, hopefully these people are thinking, oh, she's just explaining why they do this. But what I'm actually doing is trying to get them thinking in their brain about maybe I can do this. And then I give away the money. So that's on the first of every month. The first of every single month, that's what we do. Come on. Why you gotta do me like that? Start. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
We are back.
And we're back. Okay, so that's month 2. Month 3. I do what's called host a post to PDT pitch. So the first month they left a comment and they either ordered or they didn't, whatever. The second month I asked them to host a post. And the third month, because they did that host a post for me, the first day I invite them to the opportunity. So hopefully they'll hop on and watch my video. And whether they do or not, the second day of the month, I always send them a message that's basically saying, hey, I just wanted to say thank you so much again for doing that host a post for me. And you guys might do this, I don't know. But I kind of slip in the business. I can bring up my wording here real quick. And I tie it all in. I'm not sure if you're interested, but basically what you did by posting for me, that's what I do too, but I make money for it. Do you want me to send you information? Like I keep it really simple. My document is literally, again, my green is showing like so bad, but I have a document for everything.
Okay, I have 2 questions while you're pulling up your document.
Yeah.
First question, in month 2, when you ask to host a post, do you do the entire previous month at once, or do you do like on the first, you ask the people that posted for, or that commented on the first, on the second, or like how do you do that? Do you do it all at once?
Basically the way that I do it, I just dropped in the chat the link to that document. I love having the documents open when I send them on Zooms because it starts popping up with how many people have it open at the same time. Anyway, I always have a goal in my mind that I want 5 host to post up a day, and I never stop messaging until I get my 5. So I don't always ask the same amount of people. I just message until I get those 5. So I might go through my first 5 days of host to post from the previous month before I stop that day. Or I might just be able to message everybody from one host to post and get up my goal. But the funny thing is I message until I get 5 up. I don't message until I have sent 5 out and like I'm waiting on people to post. I message until 5 are actually posted. So that damn thing. I usually end up getting at least 10 posted a day because by the time everybody else like checks their messages and I've already got my 5 up and then they're like, yeah, sure, I can do that for you. I'm like, well, I already got my 5, but more is never a bad thing. So I usually get more than 5 up every day. So first month they comment, second month I ask them to host a post, third month I pitch them from their host post. But even the people that commented on that first month that didn't message me back the second month when I asked them to host a post, I still pitch them the business. So I will go back to that first month of host a posts. And I know this might sound like a lot, but once you have done it, it's actually really simple what I'm doing. So this month for host a post, I go back and I ask, so it's January, because you're recording this, so who knows when people might see it. It's January. I'm asking the December people that commented on a host a post in December to put up host a post for me, and I'm asking the November people, I'm pitching them the business. It's that simple. That's like my host a post system, and that keeps new people on my friends list, and I'm constantly in their inboxes. Every single month for 3 months, I'm in their inbox about something. Month 1, hey, here's the product info from the comment you put, or the post that you commented on. Month 2, hey, would you mind doing this post thing for me? Month 3, hey, have you ever thought about doing this business? So by the end of month 3, if they still haven't done crap, I message them. I don't know how many times. I don't necessarily delete them then, but I know that I have already planted the seed for everything I possibly can to these new people. And if I just am constantly doing that over and over every month, all of these new people coming onto my friends list are getting pitched the business and are getting pitched the products, and they're doing a host a post for me. So it's just like a constant flow. Does that make sense?
It does. Someone asked, how do you delete people when you've reached the limit? Like, do you have a system for that? I know Facebook did just kind of take off the limit of 5,000. I don't think it's active yet in the app. But as of right now, there still is the $5,000 friend limit. You are not limited at $5,000 a month, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know Ashley was on here. Hi. So, I don't really have a system for it. I mean, I've done that quite a few times, but typically, this is the first time that I hit it. I went and found all the people from high school that I no longer talk to, and I got them off my friends list. And every time I've hit it since then, I will typically just like go down my alphabet and just click the message and see who I've messaged multiple times that's never responded, and I'll just delete them and move on. Or I might go to their page and then look at all their mutual friends, and I just have to find people on my friends list that I've messaged like too many times and they don't give a crap, and just delete them. But there's really no special system for me deleting people other than and if I do just randomly message for host to post, I go to my friends list and I message people for host to post, or I cold message for distributors too, and I have no shame in saying that. And when I'm doing that, if I come across someone and I've been friends with them since like 2018 and they didn't even say thank you when I said happy birthday, like, goodbye, Nancy, you and I are not meant to be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. So I feel like everybody kind of struggles with like unfriending people because they're like, what if this is that one person that's watched me silently for 3 years? You guys, first release that like pressure off yourself. It's okay if they're meant to be in your business, they will find you somehow. But something that I do is when I send out my birthday messages, I can see like if I scroll up and the last time I talked to them was when I sent them a happy birthday message and they didn't answer, or the last time I talked to them was when I sent them a host post message, they didn't answer that and they didn't answer my happy birthday, I'll unfriend them right then and there. And you can also like notice when you see like you've been friends with this person for this many years. I had someone that I've been friends with her for 5 years and I messaged her 4 times and she didn't answer, and I'm like, all right, listen, this is not helpful for me in any way, shape, or form. So it's okay to unfriend people. Like it's okay with that.
Right. So I'm not as quick to unfriend anyone that has been a potential within like the last year, a potential distributor, I should say. But when I've messaged you multiple times and nothing happens, like,
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Do you add as a friend everybody that comments on a host to post?
Oh, absolutely. And likes a host to post.
And likes. Okay. Also, I have a question that my team has like secretly asked me multiple times, and I feel like they think it's voodoo and it's only happened to them, but I just want you kind of to agree that it happens to everyone. When they try systems like this, that they go back to the month previous, they had noticed that people deleted the post or switched it or something. Okay. So if you were on here and you're like, oh my God, I had someone delete the post and like that's never happened to anyone else, you saw her face. It happens to everyone. I go back.
If they delete the post like within a day, I will find you. I will find you. I will go through my messenger and figure out who it was. And I'm like, hey, did you delete that post? Like, I will ask somebody. And I will straight up tell them, oh, you're not going to be entered in my giveaway, you know, if it's deleted. Now, if it's like a month later, I'm not going to waste my time and like find them. But, you know, when someone just put it up like yesterday and people already commented, and I'm like, bro, I don't know who commented, but I know I already sent them a friend request. That's difficult. So, yeah, but, oh, yeah, people are petty. Like, it does. It happens to me, too.
Yeah, it happens. So would you say most of your loyal customers and distributors come from your host-to-post and your host-to-post system?
I think pretty much all of my loyal customers do. Because I hardly, if you go to my page, you're going to be like, where are her product posts? Because I almost never post about products on my personal page. Because the way that I see it, again, I like to really simplify things, not only for other people, but for my own brain. I'm like a fart in a whirlwind is what Kasey Allum says. Oh, I forgot I was still logged in. I was like, why is my picture down there? Wow. I put posts about my business on my page every day. And let me log out real quick. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't care. But so with my system, my simplifying everything is I see that host to posts are how I get the customers, and I see, and you know, I could get a distributor from host to post too, but I see that my lifestyle posting is how I get my distributors, or my messaging is how I get my distributors, my cold messaging, reach out messages, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, there can be a mix of both, but pretty much 99% of my loyal customers come from host to post. My distributors come from a little bit of anywhere, but most of them come from watching me posting or doing live videos on my personal page.
Okay. Love that. How do you, I'm like, we're running out of time because I know we all want to be in the family call. So what would you say your best tips are for someone that just got started or kind of just came back in the business or is ready to go and they really want to get to Ruby fast? What were your best tips to get those customers, the volume that you need, and your first couple distributors?
My tips for people just getting started or just jumping back in would definitely be listen to the people that are in the position of where you want to be. If your leaders are telling you do this, this, and this every day, then do this, this, and this every day. Every day. My core four, I'll just tell you this real quick. My core four, the 4 things that I do every day, because there are a million things that we could do every day, right? Again, I simplify things not only for other people, but for myself. The 4 things that I do every day are: number 1, post. I put up a lifestyle post on pretty much every single day. Number 2, message. I message for host to posts, and I reach out. I cold message for distributors. 3, let me get my face on straight. Post, message, personal development. There was a point in my business that I thought personal development wasn't important because I'm a red and all I see is I need to do the income producing activities because I'm here to make money. I'm not here to develop my person. But that will run you straight in the ground if you don't do personal development. You will burn yourself out and it will suck. So post, message, personal development, add new friends, expand my network, either on Facebook or on Instagram. And those are the 4 things that I do over and over. But yeah, just listen to the people that are in the place that you want to be, whether it's your own leaders or watching Zooms from leaders that aren't your own, but they're, you know, top income earners or ambassadors or whatever, anywhere that you want to be, listen to them and do what they tell you to do. Do the things that you learn to do. The things that don't serve you and don't work for you, throw it out. The things that are working for you, keep doing them over and over. And no matter what rank you want to build to, this is the moneymaker right here. If you wrote nothing down that I said tonight, write this down. If you want to make the most money in this business, you have to learn how to enroll distributors. Okay? You want to get to Ruby, you got to have 3 distributors. You want to get to Emerald, you got to have 2 Rubies, which means you got to have distributors. You cannot get to the top without having a team. So the faster you learn to enroll those distributors, the better off you're going to be. I built to double diamond, completing my steps to success. And then once I was done with it, being like, that's over. I got my 3 distributors. I'm going to move on because I've always been good at signing loyal customers. So I always had the 4. With the 3 distributors, I would get those 3 and I'd be like, whew, don't have to worry about that again until next month. What a horrible way of thinking. You want to bring in as many distributors as you can, not only to help them change their lives, but to build your business, to build your team, to get you to the next rank, to make more money. And in the beginning, you're going to make more money enrolling distributors than you are off of your commission check anyway. Think about it. You need to go Ruby? Okay, enroll 3 distributors, help them get fast start qualified. That's $300 in your pocket. Right there. You know, that's going to be more money. And again, the rank will follow the bank. It will. You just keep doing it over and over and teaches people to do the same thing.
Love that. So I know you kind of touched on the fact that you do message for distributors. I love that you say that because I feel like some people are like ashamed to say like, oh, I message. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Right.
So do you have a system for who you message, how you message, what you say? I love that you are green because I am like not. So I'm like, give someone a system because I don't have any.
Yep, my system is I started at the A's and I'm working my way down. I message pretty much everybody on my friends list. Reach out. Again, I've got another freaking document for this. I just have collected a booty ton of reach out messages and I've just gone through them kind of one by one, just trying them here and there, seeing which ones I like. There it is. There's 4 million of them on there. No, there's probably like, I don't know, 20. Yeah. There's a bunch of them on there. I will tell you the ones that I like, and there's one that I don't like. But what works for me, what I don't like might be the thing that builds you to ambassador. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that's just my opinion. I really like the one that's like, hey, girl, I saw you live in blank, in the blank or in blank. You know, I usually look up the state that they live in because then they know that I'm not just copy, paste. Like I actually took the time to look at their profile. And that legit took me 2 seconds to figure out where they live. Unless they don't have it listed, and then I got to go like, you know, private investigator all over their page and figure it out for myself. That happens. Hey, girl, I saw you live in blank. My business is exploding there, and I need another rep. Could you use some extra money? I really like that one. And then I really like the one right below that. It starts with, hey, babe. I actually say, hey, and then I say their name. I'm not crazy about babe, but that's just my personality. Hey, Kasey. I know you're probably like, yikes, and every one of those girls, you probably get asked this a lot, but I feel like I'd be doing us both a disservice to not reach out. I think you would be so good at what I do, and I would love to talk to you about it if you would be interested in hearing how to make some extra money. You already post like we do, and I think you would kill this. Would it be cool if I sent you info? I've gotten a lot of good response on that. I did give the one, I think it's down towards the bottom. Yeah. Oh, the bottom of this second page. That says, hi, I'm a recruiter for a health and wellness company. Hate that. I did like 20 of that one, didn't get squat out of it. And I was just like, yeah, this just isn't me. This isn't my personality. I feel like it's very robotish. Like, hello, my name is Kasey. How may I help you today? And that is not me. But, you know, clearly it's probably worked for somebody else somewhere at some point in time. That's why I've got it on here. So that's just a whole list of them. And I do my alphabet. I already got this month. I started in my A's again. I'm already all the way through my A's and I'm starting my B's. And it's really as simple as that. And that also helps me weed out the people that have been on my friends list for a little bit too long. When I get to their name and I'm going to send them this message, and, you know, again, I've sent them 400 messages. That's when I delete them.
Yeah. You guys.
I'm trying to talk fast so we can
I know, but like, it's okay. If you are nervous about sending out distributor messages, like you feel like you're going to offend someone or hurt someone's feelings, you need to grow your belief in the company and what the company can do for them. Because if someone had not messaged me, even though I commented on a product post and said, hey, I know you commented on the wraps, but I think you should do what I do. If someone had not messaged me that, I would still be broke and in debt and working my butt off, not being able to pay all my bills.
Right.
Okay. So you need to grow your belief, like Haley said, in yourself, the products, and the company, that you need to grow that belief, or you're always going to feel like you're hurting someone when really you're helping them.
I just read the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and one part of that real quick said that, what would you think of someone if you knew that they had the cure to, what was it, like arthritis or something? It was something like really simple, you know, a lot of people know about. What would you think about someone that had the cure to arthritis, but they didn't tell anyone about it because they were too afraid to offend them, or, you know, whatever the reason was that kept them from it? This is the same thing. How many people do you know that are overweight? Probably more people than you know that are a fit fanatic, right? How many people do you know that are broke? Probably more people than you know that have all the money in the world to do whatever you want. It's the same thing. By you not offering it to them, you're being selfish. I know it's scary. I know that you don't want someone to be like, F off, like she said earlier. But if if you have what they need, whether they realize they need it or not, at least you put the ball in their court and you let them decide for themselves, because you deciding for them is not right. And by not messaging them, that's still deciding.
Yeah. And you guys, I want to share in this also. We're not best friends anymore, but my best friend was in It Works before. She had never once asked me to join her team. I would have in a heartbeat. But she never once asked because she didn't think I'd be interested because I had been with another company before. I'm a double diamond now. Who are you not asking that can be a double diamond or an ambassador in the future?
They could be your ticket to the top.
You guys, it's okay to ask someone. You guys, the worst case scenario, they say no and block you. Okay, you're still in the same position you're in right now.
At least the trash took itself out, right?
Right. In my head, when someone blocks me, I'm like, heck yeah, one more spot open on my Facebook friends list.
Right.
Like, well,
you don't have to worry about finding those people to delete if they
like,
block you.
They do it for you. The trash takes itself out. It's great. Okay, so I want to know if you guys have any last minute questions. I just want you to kind of share, like, how do you keep yourself inspired and also somewhat inspired to post about the business and stuff? Because I know a lot of newer distributors are like, I don't even know what the heck to post about. So how do you keep your brain good and like making good posts, if we can tie those two together somehow?
I've copy and pasted my way to the top 150, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Thank you for saying that.
I keep myself inspired by, I am nobody special. It's kind of funny because sometimes people message me and they'll be like, you message me back. And I'm like, dude, I am a train wreck. You think that I am some magical unicorn that farts rainbows, and I'm not. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I take inspiration from other leaders. Other leaders do Zooms. I watch them and it fires me up. Other leaders post a really good post and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to reword that crap real quick and put it on my own page. Not like that second, but I take my inspiration from other people. But at the same time, I do have to fill myself. I do have to do my personal development. I do have to stay on myself and make sure the thoughts that I'm putting in my head are serving my purpose. I struggle with anxiety. It's like the freaking roller coaster. One day I'm like, I'm good, I'm on top of this. And the next day I'm like, what the hell am I doing? But if your thoughts are not serving you, do whatever you have to get rid of them. Do meditation, do personal development, pray, do whatever is going to serve you to get you where you need to be. But my inspiration for the majority comes from other people, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so here's what I want to say. When I say I love that you said that you copy and pasted, I want to clarify for her. She somewhat did. She's not saying she took word for word what they posted and posted it on her wall with the exact same words, exact same emojis, exact same pictures. She takes it and tweaks some of it to make it more realistic to her. Okay? Perfect example of what not to do. When I first got started, I copy and pasted someone's post, kept their name, that they had 2 kids, and their phone number. Hi. My name is
Raise your hand if you've done that before.
0 kids, and my phone number is not that one, okay? And she messaged me and she was like, hey, I'm proud of you for posting, but like, that's my number.
Just don't do that.
She was like, that's not what you want to do. And I was like, oh, okay, great, got it. I don't know what I thought, but it's okay. So you guys just like, don't be afraid to go to top leaders. Like, find somebody that inspires you that you can relate to. So like, maybe I'm your upline and you're like, girl, you and I don't mesh. Like, I don't get your way of life. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. If you have kids and you're like, you're 24 and you don't have kids, like, find somebody that you can be like, oh, like, she makes sense to me. Like, I get her. Follow her. It's okay. So the last thing, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat quick. I just want you to kind of share like the importance of what this season is coming up and like tips with what to do, or like anything of like, just if kind of tell people that are brand new, like what is coming for this right now. And Haley wants to know your word of the year.
Abundance. My word of the year is abundance. Okay, so this season coming up, let me just tell you, the year that I went top 150. This is a story. I'm going to end it with this story. Black Friday, 2017. I was struggling. I was barely holding on to my diamond rank. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of you need to hear this that have been in a while and maybe are leaders. Barely holding on to diamond, and I was a double diamond at the time. Just because I was just in my own head. I was having marital problems, and it was just a hard time in my life. So I allowed I was not doing personal development. Drop that crap in there real fast. And I was not doing the things that I knew I needed to do. I knew that I needed to, and I was saying, I'm trying to, bullshit. I was not doing what I knew that I needed to do. P.S. I love Jesus, but I curse a little. Could have started with that, right? So Black Friday came around, and there were some really bomb promos going on. And I signed like 8 LCs in one day with the promos, and it just fired me up. And it reminded me, like, dude, you are not serving your purpose. God gave you this opportunity when you needed it most, and you're not doing what you should be doing with it. And it reminded me what I was capable of doing, how far I had come, and that I wasn't serving my purpose. So I realized at that point, like, my light bulb came on, and I was like, you know what? I can do this. I just got to figure it out. And I realized at that time that, again, I was like, whew, 3 DTs. Glad I don't have to worry about that again until next month. I realized that was a flawed way of thinking, and that if I wanted to build a massive powerhouse team, then I was going to have to go find massive powerhouse distributors, and maybe 3 a month wasn't going to cut that. Don't get me wrong, girlfriend, you need to do 3 a month. And if you only do 3 a month, that's good. That is awesome. Don't discredit yourself for that. But for me, I was like, if I can enroll 30 LCs in 1 month, what am I doing to get those that I'm not doing to get DTs? That way, it was as simple as that. I was like, light bulb moment. I'm just putting so much more effort into that. I'm doing all the things to get all the LCs. Well, what would happen if I did all the things to get all the DTs? Duh, I would get all the DTs. So I dove in deep to personal development at the end of that November into December. That month, I enrolled 3, maybe 4 distributors. And by jumping into personal development, what I did specifically is I went to YouTube and I watched every freaking video about enrolling DTs from top income earners, from ambassadors, from anyone that I knew was a successful person in the company. I watched any videos they had about enrolling distributors. All the time people are like, what was that one video? And I'm like, no, girl, there was not one video. I watched all the videos. And I just figured it out. I put so much effort into enrolling DTs. So in November, I enrolled 4 maybe. December, I enrolled 8. In that January, before conference, I enrolled 18 distributors for $99. Not for 10, not for 20, not for any other bullcrap. $99 distributors, 18 of them. And I was like, holy shit, what have I done? And because I put all of that work in before conference, do you hear me? Because I put all that work in before, because I knew something was coming. I don't know what the French was coming, but I knew something was coming. I knew they wouldn't let me down, and I would show up at conference and they'd be like, okay, let's talk about adding new friends. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Love you all. Bye. See you next year. I knew they would have some sort of mic drop to, make us all like, I knew that if that was coming, I needed to do the work ahead of time. Because here's the cool thing. Let's just say, and I don't know anything, don't be thinking I'm like giving you some subliminal message, because I don't know squat. Let's just say they have a new distributor promotion come out at conference. It's like, I don't know, $20 to join. I don't know. I'm making crap up, okay? I'm making it up. If you put in a ton of work now, regardless of how much it is, and you're telling all these people it's $99, even if they're saying no, or I don't have the money, I'm broke, no, right now, whatever the crap they're saying. Let's say you talk to 100 people right now before conference about that, and they know that it's $99. Let's say it becomes $10, and you're like, girl, and you're all excited, and you hop up in their inbox, it's only $20 right now. They are going to appreciate that. more than someone's inbox that you get in after that. And you're like, hey, it's only $20 to start. If the first number they hear is 20, like, it's not as meaningful. Like, it's cool, but the people that you've been talking to that have been watching you, that already know the information, that already know it's 99, they're going to appreciate whatever that promo is so much more. But not only that, you've already planted all of those seeds. Now you just got to go put the fertilizer on and just sit back and watch it happen. So what you're doing right now is what is going to determine what happens at conference, after conference, and moving forward through the rest of 2020. If you want 2020 to be your year of abundance, you have to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it. And if it's right now, you got to put it in anyway. I've been through a lot in my business. I don't put it on blast because I want my page to be all positivity. I even had someone say to me yesterday, I've just gone through so much, and I'm sure you probably have too, but your page is so positive and uplifting that I love coming to it. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I've been through really, really bad illnesses with my kids. I've been through really bad illnesses with myself. Shoot, October, I had serious surgery just this last year. November, I had something happen to where we thought something was wrong with my lungs, and I had to see a specialist, and it was really scary. And then in December, I hurt my back really bad, 3 months in a row, and had to be put on like all different medications and stuff. But I'm still working because I know that this is my ticket to create the legacy and to give all of the opportunities to my children that I would do anything for. So I've got to do it now, regardless, anyways. And if you want conference to be epic, and if you want conference to change your business and get the bonuses and do all the things, start now. You'll thank yourself later, and probably me too for telling you this, but you don't have to do that. I mean, it's okay.
Oh my gosh! You're incredible. You are just incredible. If you guys took anything from this, put a 2 in the chat, put whatever you want to put in the chat. If you don't put anything in the chat, you're lying to yourself, because this was so good. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night to do this, and like super last minute, y'all. Like, I messaged her like 2 days ago, and she was like, yeah, whatever, like that works, that's fine.
I'll figure it out, whatever.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so thankful for you. I'm so excited to see where everyone on this Zoom is a couple months from now, but just take what she said and utilize it. Knowledge is only so good if you use it. You can learn all of these things, but then if you don't change anything tomorrow or put anything into work, nothing's going to happen. Yeah. You can get on all the Zooms in the world, but if you don't use what you find out, you're not going to get anywhere. So take what she said, rewatch it. I'm going to put it up on YouTube tonight and put it into action and see your life change. So thank you so much for taking time tonight. If anyone has any questions about anything, let me know. But I will try to have this on YouTube tonight, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.